give you a quick summary of relationship advice. It's called Five Ways You Can Become a Better Partner for Your Relationship or in your relationship. Number one is don't criticize all the time. Number two is listen to understand. Don't sweat the small stuff. Say what you mean, don't imply. And don't expect the other person to make you happy. So when I say don't criticize all the time in a relationship, this is what I mean. Don't criticize all the time means that you constantly give negative feedback. Fault finding or judgment can harm this kind of relationship. It suggests that one partner may feel that they are being judged all too often, which can create tension, resentment, or emotional distance. In a healthy relationship, constructive feedback is important, but if one person is always pointing out your flaws, what you do wrong, complaining, or making other people feel inadequate, the other partner feeling inadequate, it can lead to feelings of frustration and doubt, insecurity, or lack of appreciation. Instead of constantly criticizing your partner, it's usually better to communicate these needs with kindness, focus on solutions, and appreciate each other's efforts in the relationship. What does learn to listen and understand in a relationship mean? Learn to listen and understand in a relationship means that truly hearing your partner and trying to see things from their perspective is essential for a healthy, strong connection. It's not just about hearing the words that they say, but also understanding what your partner is saying, what their emotions are, what their needs are, what their concerns are. You have to actively listen, pay full attention, not interrupting and responding thoughtfully. You have to have empathy for your partner, trying to understand how they feel and why they feel the way that they do. Open communication, not just waiting to reply, but genuinely waiting to respond and to process what they're saying. Validation, acknowledging their feelings. Even if you don't agree with them, you agree to disagree, but you acknowledge that they have said what they have said. When both partners listen and understand each other, it helps to avoid unnecessary arguments, strengths, emotional bonds, and it builds trust. Number three, what does it mean not to sweat the small things? It means not to stress over minor issues or insignificant problems. It's a reminder to focus on what truly matters in the relationship and not let little things like leaving the toilet seat up, forgetting to pay a bill, or trivial disagreements cause unnecessary tension. If your partner forgets to take out the trash once, it's not worth a big argument. If they text back and say they're going to be a little late, there's no reason to have a fit. Some people obsess over these minor things, and these minor things cause the biggest friction in relationships. You create more peace and harmony and loving conditions in your relationship if you save your energy for the big things. Number four, what does it mean when you say things, but you say things, but it's implied? Say what you mean, don't imply things. Please hit the like button. It means communicate openly and directly instead of expecting your partner to have ESP, to read between the lines, and to guess what you're feeling. Be clear and honest about what you want, need, desire, or feel. Avoid vague hints, analogies, passive aggressive comments that make your partner have to guess about what's going on, how they feel, blah, blah, blah. Speak directly instead of expecting them to know what you want. Okay? So an example of implying means, wow, this must be a nice day to spend at home. Instead of saying, why don't we spend the day at home? Or why don't we, do this, that, and the third? Instead of just directly saying it, you're implying something and you want your partner to guess. Nobody wants to guess about anything, right? What does not expect, number 5, what does not expect the other person to make you happy in a relationship mean? It means that true happiness comes from within yourself, not just from your partner. Although a healthy relationship can bring joy and support and endless amount of love and acceptance, it's not your partner's job to complete you or to fix you. You have to do that yourself by getting help, journaling, counseling, talking, all of the facing any kind of trauma that you have. Why is this important? Relying solely on your partner for happiness can create pressure and dependency from your partner, and they may not be ready for that pressure or that dependency. It can be draining when I'm always concerned about your feelings and what you're doing and how you're feeling and how you're coping. Just think of how much stress it is to worry about someone who is a former alcoholic or former drunk or whatever. You're always worried about what's going on, what may trigger them, what may go on, they may say or do. That's draining in a relationship. So when both parties bring their own fullness, their own sense of fulfillment to a relationship, the relationship is the feelings in the relationship is a blessing or a bonus and not a necessity. I don't need you to be whole. I want you to be there to add to give me a bonus human being to be by my side, but I don't need you to be full to fulfill my destiny or who I am. And you get a lot of people online who say you need a man, you want a man. That's for my personal fulfillment. Nobody needs another person. You need to be able to self-fulfill. You need to get your own sense of fulfillment and not focus on, oh, I need that person to make me whole. That's not how the world works. And when you depend on that person to make you feel whole, when that person takes that away, there's a loss there. An insurmountable loss because you depended on another person to make you whole, to make you feel complete, when that's not how it should work. A lot of people do it. I get it. But I'm a fully complete grown human being. So I can fully function on my own with a husband or without a husband. We want a husband. We want a man or a wife in our life. But we don't necessarily need that for a sense of fulfillment. Okay? A strong relationship is about sharing happiness, not demanding that happiness. Please hit the like button, guys. Please hit the like button. A strong relationship is about sharing happiness, not demanding happiness from your partner. Instead, you focus on personal growth, self-care, pursuing your passions. Then you bring that positive energy into a relationship. Then you bring that positivity into your life and into your relationship and become fulfilled through those things. And being with another person only adds to that fulfillment. Okay? So I gave you guys 5 ways you can become a better partner in a relationship. Number 1, don't criticize all the time. Number 2, learn to listen and understand. Number 3, don't sweat the small stuff. Number 4, say what you mean and don't imply it. Communicate effectively. And number 5, don't expect the other person to make you happy. You have to make you happy. That's the only way you can survive on this planet. You cannot live your life completely for another human being. It just doesn't work that way. Then you are incomplete without that person. And what kind of person are you if you're incomplete? And how can you bring fulfillment to a family when you're not happy, you're not whole? So this is HQ giving you a life lesson, yet again, on how to stay married, being married, getting married, loving people whole and fulfilling like. I thank you.